How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the channel. This is Big Daddy Dave, and this is a map tour for Farming Simulator 22 on the mod map Calmsden Farm. And we are going to start with the description as always, and it reads: Welcome to Calmsden Farm. This map is based in Gloucestershire, UK. Replica of a real-life farm and surroundings, real-life PDA map. Custom lighting XML with deeper blue sky and darker nights. Animations, birds flying across the map, pedestrians, etc. Custom textures with parallax mapping, over 50 HD new models made by myself, 36 fields with missions, small, medium, huge, 2 placeable areas where you can build your own production/farm, 5 sell points with BGA, sawmill, etc., seasoned visuals, summer barbecues, mowers, washing lines, etc., autumn, falling leaves from trees, winter, snowmen, icicles, and many more. Collectibles, UK license plate built onto map, custom grass textures, loads of custom sounds. This map has had several changes, and we're going to go through the changelog, starting with 1.2.0.0. It says, attention, this version is more of an update and needs a new save game due to the map structure change due to adding new fruits. Brand new fruit, linseed. Custom UK geo with linseed added. A couple new and improved ground textures. Stars with constellations at night. Gate animations have now been moved to the map. In multiplayer, all players can now open gates, doors, etc. Fix issue on dedicated servers where doors and gates were out of line. Gate collisions and scales have been improved. Few collisions fixed. Collisions in bunker removed. All productions can now be sold at some sell points. Brand new HD weed textures added to the map. Cow, parsley, and nettles. Placeables are bought with the land. Chicken pastures can now be sold without gates. Fixed junk in barn and horse items not removing since game patch 1.3. Precision farming support with custom Gloucestershire soil map. Land for sale sign can now be sold. Fixed number plates turning blue in some situations. Now, starting with changelog 1.1.0.0. Actually, we're kind of going backwards, aren't we? Oh well. Says no new save games required, but a few issues about will only be solved or be fixed when you start a new save game. Field 23 free fixed. Couple of collectibles are hard to get to. Add oats and sorghums as sell point. All other productions, etc., are meant to be sold through your own placeables. Couple of collision issues. Added the option to buy BGA in multiplayer. Various other tweaks and fixes. Reworked placeable sell values. Made a horse training field placeable so people can remove it and farm it if you like. Added more paint on ground textures and landscaping tool. Animal trough capacity increased. Pig pasture sellable so the area can be farmed. Barn door collision at cow farm fixed. Floating tree fixed. Couple items in middle of field 3 deleted. Added ability to sell cotton bales at the sell points for mission contracts. Slightly improved grass textures. Improved straw trigger at cow barn. Added an animated slurry plane to the cow slurry pit so you can see how much you have visually. Gates out of line on dedicated service and main farm. Being able to open gates in multiplayer will be hopefully fixed when Giants release patch 1.3. I hope you like this map. This map was created by Oxygen David, and brace yourself, 591.59 megabytes to download. Now, that is a lot. That is a lot, but it's okay. Calm, take a deep breath. This map is worth every megabyte of space. I promise you. Promise that this map is worth it. So let's check this out. This is the map. You start right here, almost in the center of it, and you own all this to start. Quite a bit. You own farmlands number 1, 6, 8, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, and 23. You can buy all of the map. There's not a spot on this map that you cannot purchase. And the prices on this map are astronomical. 1.3 million, 1 million, 858,000, 1 million. You can see very, very high. Even the smaller fields, like these ones are 35,000, this one's 49,000. These are a couple of grass fields. 137. I mean, you are going to spend a lot of money buying fields. But, because all the fields are so large, like these fields that you own, fields 2, 3, and 6, are massive fields. They are not slouches whatsoever. So you're going to get a lot of product right off the bat, because you can see 2 of your 3 fields that you own are ready for harvest. And you've got a ton of barley and a ton of wheat right off the bat. Right off the bat. So you're set up pretty well. Animals. You have tons of animals right from the jump, and all the pens are custom made. They look amazing. Hence why you're going to see a higher download size. Much higher. Contracts. You get contracts, and you get paid for these contracts. Harvest number 5, you can get paid up to $24,000 for that one contract. Number 30, $30,000. Spraying field 13. Now, to give you some kind of reference, field 13 is right, where is it? Right here. It's a huge field. It's huge. But getting $35,000 to spray, that's worth it. Totally worth it. You do start out with a couple of productions. You have the sawmill and the biogas, and there are collectibles. 100 of them, and they are the wooden toys, and a little freebie right here. So, we are at the starting farm. Well, kind of at the starting farm. This is your sleep trigger. Your farm is kind of set off in 2 separate directions. I will show you exactly what I'm talking about in just a second. But let's go ahead and take a look at some things. You do not have any mods that are specific to the map under the buy screen, but you do have them under the build menu. Nothing under sheds, nothing under silos, nothing under silo extensions, nothing under containers. Oh, I'm sorry, you do have a container. You do have the fuel tank. My apologies. Nothing under tools. You do have a farmhouse that's custom to the map. No factories, no selling points, no greenhouses, no orchards, no generators. Under animals, no cows, horses, pigs, sheep, chickens, bees, or others. Nothing under decorations, under the fences, lights, or others. And lastly, look at all these different swatches you get. Quite a bit, and it's pretty nice looking. You'll see them as we go around. No trees and no plants. So, start here at the starting farm. Let's take a look at the equipment that we get. You go under owned items. Under medium tractors, you have a John Deere 6230R, another 6230R, and a Fendt 714 Vario. Harvesters, you have the Kloss Tryon 720. Telehandlers, the JCB 541 70 Agri Pro. Under trailers, the Crampy Half Pipe HP 20. Header for the Kloss. Under cultivators, you have the Kokerling All-Rounder Flatline 600. Under seeders, you have the Vaderstad Rapide A800S. Under rollers, the Dalbo Power Roll 1230 HD. Under sprayers, the Berthow Vantage 4300. Under mowers, the K-Brand GMD 4411. Under balers, the K-Brand VB 3190. telehandler tools, you have the Magsy Universal Bucket, Pallet Fork, and Bale Fork. A trailer for your header for your harvester, the Nardi N40BX. And weights, the Agco 650. So you got a pretty decent set of starting equipment. You come around the backside here. Just look at all the details. Look at all the details that are here. Just so gorgeous. This starting lot that you have here. Right back here, you have your sleep trigger. Your little doggy right over here. And it just occurred to me I don't have my help window. There we go. So if we leave out of here, gotta hop the fence because you can't open the gate. We make a left over to here. This is kind of the first part of our farm. This is kind of the cow area, the cow sector of our farm. You have a bunker silo right here. You have the cow dialog box. 150 cows can be stored here. You do have a fuel tank right here. Your feed can go right here. Your straw can go in back here. And your slurry pit. And again, the slurry pit does have animation, so you get to see that rise as more goes in. You have all this for mowable grass, which is really nice. We come around the back side here. We have a silo. The output is right here. The input right here. We have a water point right here. And our milk point for our cows is right there. We've got a little bit of storage over here, as we see. You can open this up and store some tools, store some equipment. Two sides of this barn. Here's where some of our front loader equipment is, our telehandler equipment. Our telehandler, like, look at all the details. You get all these kind of little nooks and crannies, all these like all this stuff that's kind of tucked away in here. This is kind of cool. Like, very nice. Now, you are going to deal with very tight areas. This is I would say a typical UK map in which there's very, very little space to work with, and you've got to be a good driver. Another storage barn with your mower way back in the back. And we are going to go ahead and hop into this John Deere right here and start heading around the map here. Just gonna get caught up with my notes. Perfect. So you can see just how large this starting field of wheat is, just to kind of give you some perspective. And again, I don't have that on. I just need to see something real quick. Okay. So first thing we're going to do is come out to the main, well, I'm going to say main road, but it's just one of the roads. It's just kind of a laneway. And one thing I'm going to do is to switch back and forth between first-person view and third-person view, because there's a lot of trees that overhang the road and block a third-person camera view. So now we can kind of see what we're doing here. And what's really cool about this map is there are some kind of hidden features that you wouldn't necessarily know unless you were told. So I'm stopping right here and going into the build mode. All throughout the map there's kind of this junk that's laid out, so you can see all this kind of stuff that's in here. It's all over the map. If you go to your build menu and either right thumbstick click on it, or just delete and then do that, you can pay to have all the junk removed from all across the map. Very, very cool. So if you want to kind of free up this underside here for storage or to do stuff with, you can buy this plot and then store some equipment here. That you can do that. We're going to pull up here. Open this gate because this is the first area where all of our animals are, with the exception of our cows. And then I'm going to park right here and first show you something. So that little hidden treasure, if we go to the map real quick, just kind of show you where we've been and what we've seen to this point. We started here at the farm, at the farmhouse. Came out to the main road down here, and we came out, saw the cows and all the various bits here. Came out to the side, grabbed the tractor, came up to here, came across the street, and now we're back in here. Now, this is the horse barn. But if you go behind the horse barn, if you see, all this looks like trees, right? You'd think, hey, this is a forest. If you want to do a little bit of forestry, you can. Or can you? Because look at this. Giant meadow, and you own this. So you can come back here, cut all this grass, and use it for whatever you need it for. You could take out a couple of these trees right over here, maybe even put in like a gate, because you can see there's this little kind of wall here. You can fit a gate right into here and be able to make an entryway back into here. Very, very cool. But now, let's check out the barn. This is the horse barn. And I think I came in the wrong side. I did. You can house up to 8 horses in this pasture right here. Feed trigger is right there. Over here is the chicken coop, chicken pasture. You can house, now the trigger is a little, further back than what the icon indicates. 100 chickens right here. Your feed goes in here, and your eggs pop up back here. And now I'm going to go ahead and open up a couple of these gates because I need to let my tractor through. Come over here. Now through this gate, this is the pig pasture. Can have up to 400 pigs just roaming through here. You've got your feed trigger right here, water trigger right here. And now let's go ahead and grab that tractor we were using. We've got to get it through all these fences. Just so much going on, like such a beautiful map, in my opinion. I think that this is the gold standard, in my opinion. Cut through here, and now we're in the sheep pasture. You can see water right in front of me. Now the food right in front of me, so water and feed inputs. And then over here, we open this gate. And where is there it is, dialog box is right here. 200 sheep can go in this pasture. And from here, come out. So you can see just how tight some of these areas can be. So although the fields are massive, they're huge, you've got to be prepared to deal with, the tight areas and tight spaces that can occur. Open that fence over there, but first we're going to come in here, because inside this barn is a repair trigger. And you can see just how tight this is going to be. So you got to get your equipment in the door, turned into here, and then down over to here. You can even go up onto the ramps there and try and simulate being up there. So it's again, very tight. You've got to be a good driver. You've got your input for your silo right here. So you got a silo at the first part where the cows were, and you got another silo over here. Over here you have a liquid fertilizer tank, so you can purchase your liquid fertilizer right here, and take out from right here. Now we're going to pull around here. And you can see there's some more of your starting equipment right there. Got your John Deere, your Fendt right there. And check out this field. This field, again, huge. Lots of barley. I think it's barley in this field. Barley, yes. So lots of barley. And then you own that backfield way down there too. Here is your output for your silo. You got another fuel tank right here. And then, check this out. So you've got all these kind of little parking bays, but if you leave this open, you've got this little drive-through right here. So now, I'm going to go ahead and head in this direction. Again, go into first person, you can see just how much you get blocked. So during the summer and spring, when the trees are in full foliage, you're going to have a real hard time seeing in third person unless you zoom right up and go right to the ground. You're going to get blocked by a lot of trees. Like this side isn't that bad. Like this part of the road isn't. But if you're heading out to the shop, and you'll see that in a little bit, it gets pretty bad. So now we turn here, and we got several sell points back in here to look at. So first sell point right here is the general store. This is the general store bay 1, and this is the general store bale sell point. So these are all the various sell points, and the items that you can sell at these vary, and thus prices vary. Over here is the sawmill. You already own the sawmill, so we can go over here and click on it. And you can see we own it. You have your output for your wood chips right here. You have your output for your materials, so your planks right there. Inputs are right here with your sell wood trigger right there. Directly in front of me is one of the placeable areas that is available for purchase. And once you purchase this land, you can then sell the sign right there that says for sale. So that's kind of cool. Now we're going to head over in this direction. And we're going to head out towards the shop. And when we get to the shop, we'll take a look at where we've been and what we've seen at that point. But the way that this map is set up, it feels so much larger than what it actually is. Because all maps for consoles are restricted to the 2x by 2x square. Now some maps choose to use less than the 2x, and this one kind of does that. If you look, take a look at the map just real quick, just to kind of illustrate what I'm saying. These kind of grayed out areas, you own them, but you can't get back there. You can't get to them. So it's just one of those that they're there, but they're not there. So now we're heading up to the road again, and you'll see what I'm talking about in regards to the trees. Like if I leave it in third person, look at that. You're just gone. You're just gone. I can't see anything, can't see what I'm doing. I'm just guessing. So first person is going to be your friend in this one. So now we're up here at the shop. Got your shop trigger right here. Oops. And your repair trigger over here. Now we're going to head around the backside here because we have to take in a few more of these sell points. So over here, this is the Farm Store Bay 1. Where on the other side is Farm Store Bay 2. And then finally, Farm Store Bale Sell Point. And you can tell this is the bale sell point because of the bales. And they're all kind of labeled like that. So each one of the various bale sell points has a stack of bales right beside them. So now again, we're going to go back out to the main road and are in over here. This is the kind of cool little area. This is just like part of the map. It's not functional, but it's like just a little debris yard, like just a little trash yard. It's just these kind of small details that just add to the immersion of the map and make it to where it just feels more alive. It feels more real than just nothing being there or just some kind of random kind of bloop. I probably not explaining it the best, but it's just one of those, like, before I started YouTube here a few months ago, several months ago now, I was playing this map a lot. Actually, when this map first came out, I was playing this map a lot. Because one, it was one of the first maps to ever release as a mod map, but it was also one of the best at the time. Like, and it still holds true in my opinion. I really think that this map is, like I said, the gold standard when it comes to map making. There's so much around here. There's a lot of undulations, a lot of beauty just in the flow of the land and how everything just kind of works. You got the old kind of English stone walls everywhere. It's very, very nice. So now, approach this fence here. We got to open it. We've got another fence right here. Okay, now we're gonna... Now the unfortunate part is that because this map and how it's laid out, like little like creek crossing right here, again, just so cool. Just those little features that are on this map is just stunning to me. But like I said, it's just, you've got very specific ways in and out of each of the fields. You can't, well, you can, but it takes forever to get to where you're going. At least it feels that way, because if you're sticking to the road network, then it's just going to take forever because you got to get around these huge fields. And then you've got all these kind of like quote unquote foresty areas that really kind of block you off from really doing any sort of field hopping per se. Now directly in front of us is another one of the purchasable areas, the purchasable placement areas. And over here is the biogas plant. This again you do own right off the start. And just a typical normal biogas, silage, slurry, manure, and sugar beet cut. Solid inputs, liquid inputs, liquid outputs, and the digestate. And now, let's go ahead and take a look at the map, see where we've been and what we've seen. Pop that up. Okay, so we were over here by the horses. Came over here, we saw the horses. We actually came back here first to show this kind of hidden grass meadow back here. We saw the horses, the chickens, the... Oh, I didn't show this. Oh, shoot. Here, let's teleport to the chickens. So, similar to the remove junk, you have this kind of horse training yard right here. If you go into the build menu, right click, you can remove it again for $250. You can remove all this equipment that's in here and use this as either grassland or make a field out of it, do whatever you want to do. So now let's find the tractor. There we go. So we then saw the pig pasture, we cut through and saw the sheep pasture. Came over here, we saw the second part of the farm, the liquid fertilizer silo, the repair trigger, the silo, and the fuel tank. Then came out, went all the way up north here. We took in the general store bay 1, and the general store bale sell point. We saw the sawmill and the output for the sawmill for the wood chips. Came down here, around and down, out to here, and then we took in the shop trigger as well as the repair trigger. Came up and around the backside here to farm store bay 1. We then saw farm store bay 2, and then farm store bale sale point. And then came out all the way back towards the main farm, down here, down this side road, around, all the way out here, and then down to here at the biogas plant. We're now going to leave the biogas plant, make a right over this direction. Now this field off to, well, directly in front of us right now off to my left, is one of the larger fields, and look at how huge that field is. That's just ridiculously large. Alright, so back here, directly in front of us, is the debris crusher. Off to my left is the Cotswold store sale bale. No, that's not right. Is that right? So, give me 1 second to verify. Oh no, that's right. Okay, yes. This is the Cotswold store bale sell point. To my right, is the Cotswold stores. And then off to the left is the Cotswold stores farmers market. And now we'll go ahead and leave here. Head in this direction. There we go. Large grass field to our left. Like, every single field that's around is just massive. They are huge. That's why you're spending so much money at each purchase of the farmland. But because the areas are so huge, the contracts pay out so much. You know, you get one potato contract, yeah, it's going to take you forever, but you're making $100,000 easily making that much. But again, it's going to take you a while. You know, if you got any tips or tricks to, you know, cut some time off of that potato harvest, you know, you're going to want to take every trick in the book. Alright, now, right here is the animal dealer. You can load into your already owned pens and pastures, or you can bring a trailer up here and load directly into it and save delivery fees. Off to the left is the farmer's market sell point. Open this gate here. Okay, so I believe the one to our left is the Allsphere store. The one to the right is the store bale sell point. I can confirm that just real quick. So we're here with biogas, came out around here, we took in all these sell points, the debris crusher, Cotswold bale sell points, the Cotswold stores, as well as the Cotswold store farmer's market. Came back out, down over here, down to the main road. We took in the animal dealer, the farmer's market, and then if we look here, Allsphere store, which would be the one to the left, and the one to the right, Allsphere store bale sell point. Hey, I was right. And hey, there's the bales. So I should have known that just by the bales. So now we've got a bit of driving to do to get to the next point of interest. So if you can see down here at the bottom left, that's where we're at. We need to get all the way up to the upper left. So we've got to head towards the center of the map and then cut back out. I will probably go ahead and just cut this part out. No, you know what? I'll probably leave it in. I was gonna cut it out, but there's some features and stuff that aren't necessarily like integral to the map, but are just really kind of cool in my opinion. So we'll stick with it. And actually, you can kind of hear it slightly in the background. So you come out to the main road here. Now if you listen, you hear that? The church is playing music. That's so cool. Just that little detail. And in the I think it's in the fall or in the spring. I can't remember which season, but this road floods periodically. And it's just a cool little like feature that you get to see, just because this is kind of like the low-lying lands right here, and this area just kind of gets flooded out from time to time. You get a good heavy rain, and then boof, and there it is. So now we're almost there. We're heading out towards the west at the moment. You can see just all the different fields and farmlands that you have available. It's just, oh, so cool. There's no traffic on this map by default. There's pedestrians strewn about in places, but no like cars or anything like that you have to worry about. So all the roads are these kind of narrow lanes, like one vehicle lane, so you don't have to necessarily worry about traffic and stuff like that, which is nice. Now we're approaching the last set of points of interest on this map. Well, second to last, I should say, because there is one more hidden gem. So right in front of us, gonna stop and open the gates. We are approaching the garden center here. Off to the right is the lime station. It's a lime buy point. And directly in front of us is the garden center sell point. And that's all the quote-unquote points of interest. But there is one more thing. If we cross this little bridge right here. So, well, let's keep going. I'll show you in just a second. You can kind of see a little opening back there, a little clearing. If you come out here to this side road, you can see there is an entrance right here that opens up, and you get this little kind of forestry area with these harvestable trees, like normal harvestable trees. But again, right across the street here, you got this bush. You go running through it, another large field. Now, unlike the first hidden field, this one doesn't have like a good way of being able to get in and out because of these hedges that are right here. So that means that no matter what you do, you're always going to have to fight with, the fact that you're not going to have like a dedicated true entrance to said hidden area. It's going to always remain hidden. Unlike the other one, the first one we came across, we were able to kind of cut back some of the trees and be able to open up a little lane to be able to get back into there. But that is the map. That is Calmsden Farms. Now it is time for my opinion, and I don't even think I have to build this one up. 0 to 5 rating, it gets a 5. 5 every day of the week. This map, like I said, is my gold standard. Is my personal gold standard. Everything is customized and fresh to the map. You've got all the customized pens and paddocks and pastures right here off to our right. You've got all the custom buildings. Like, it just feels like its own unique place. It feels like a real place. And that is, to me, what will make the gold standard for any map, is that even if it's a fictional place, it doesn't have to be based on, like, this one's obviously based on real life. But even if this wasn't based on real life, the fact that the map maker, that Oxygen David, went through, I think it was Oxygen David. Now I don't want to misquote. Yes, Oxygen David went through and customized, made all these various barns and buildings, and just went out of their way to make all this stuff, is just an inspiration. Like, really it is. I sound like I'm gushing, but you've got so much to look at to that kind of makes things fresh and exciting and unique to this map, that you're not going to see on any other map unless it was created by Oxygen David. Kind of thing. Yeah, I mean, like look at this cow barn here. Like, you're not going to see this cow barn on another map somewhere. It's unique, it's fresh, and you've got the silo that's built into the side of it with its own opening, and closing gate here. You've got these cool old style barns that are just all built of stone and mortar, and you've got this junk that's kind of laying around and just collecting dust and rusting away, kind of thing. It's just, there's so much going on and so many details. Like, look at this. Look at all the straw bales that are just tucked away right here. You got this little RV caravan kind of thing. You've got, I mean, just so cool. Such an amazing map. I spent so much time playing and just enjoying myself on this map. And when this map first came out, it had its flaws. There was a lot of things wrong with it, but they came through. Oxygen David went back and redid so much of the stuff. Like, it just made it to where it was. Like, listen to that frog. I don't know if you caught it or not. I might have spoke over it. But there was a little frog, little ribbit. Like, just little things like that makes a world of difference in the experience that you have playing this and this map. And like, you see all the rutted trails that come back here, and all the different like textures that are like from the tire tracks and whatnot. Just how cool is that? All the wet ground look. Like, that is just top notch to me. Then you get little like I don't know what this is. Maybe like an old like well, maybe. I'm not 100% sure. It almost might even be like a hedgestone. I don't know. I don't know. But regardless of what it is, I mean, it's just then you've got all the houses that are right here on this kind of estate kind of thing. Um, just okay. You know what? I'm gonna stop gushing. I gave you my opinion. 5 out of 5 is like, yeah. This is it. Give it a try. I think you'll be very happy with it. But I hope you enjoyed this map tour. If you did, please show me by liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting, following, doing all the things the algorithms enjoy you doing that shows you're engaged with this channel, enjoying the content. And that being said, I hope you have a fantastic day. Take care.